release it. Like, so like it's really no option.
Would release a giant plague, but like, you know what? That's pretty on brand for God. Releasing a giant plague to kill everybody.
Okay, wait.
Welcome back. It's Nerds Declassified Anime Survival Guide. My name is Rook Roberts, and I'm all here as always with my co-host Maxwell Spencer.
Yo.
And Joey Janice.
Hello there.
Hello.
What an episode. Holy shit.
Yeah, we just got back after episode 11 of Platinum End.
That was
a ride. What a ride.
Yeah. That was a roller coaster on this.
I was locked in.
Yeah. That's honestly, like one of those episodes where most of the time, like, we making jokes and shit, and some were made and stuff. But
of course.
We were all quiet, just fucking into that episode right there. Yeah, and I'm sure you, the listener, can also agree on that episode or on that because what an episode.
As always, here at Nerds Declassified, we hope that you guys are watching along with us, would be most preferable. The second preferable would be you just finished the series and you want to kind of dive back into something, you know. We want to be the cure for when you finish an anime and you don't know what to do next. You know what I mean? We want to be that cure, to be like, it was that good, let's go over it again. Let's point out what we loved about it. Let's put out what we didn't like about it. And, let's just review this episode by episode. Let's delve into this. This is one that, oh, gosh. It's just something about, like, even the hairstyle, boys. Like, even the hairstyle is where I'm like, oh, that just takes me back to Death Note. And the nostalgia resonates in me.
The hair I always wanted in high school.
Yeah, the one that you were just like, why
the
can't
perfect
I get that?
swoosh, the perfect overlapping different pieces and parts of the hairdo.
Bro, we had that hair in high school. Who the fuck are you kidding?
No, you're right. We tried to do that hair, but they got so many layers. It's the layers of the hair. That's what I've noticed over time. It's just like there's no way. Look, his hair could be going all those different directions and still be like one complete thing. He can only be a drawing. Unfortunately, I figured that out later in life, and high school wasn't kind to your boy.
Yes.
All right. Going back to the beginning of the episode, we get our frame of reference. We're back at the theme park. And wow, I just gotta say, like, I almost feel like jumping to the end right away and just jumping as like a whole and reviewing it, because I was just along for the ride, right? Like, this episode is just like, boom, this is happening.
I will say,
this is happening, you know?
Not a lot of things happened in this episode, but it was very intense.
Yeah. Like,
yes.
Because
like, when you think about it,
important things were established though.
Yes. Like, it was driving me nuts that they were like sitting there talking and they weren't just like immediately got out of there and then took the kid and the wife to safety.
Yeah.
They were like, we're going to sit here and we're going to monologue.
Well, that's anime, dude. That's
anime.
Sit around and wait, dude. We got to fucking talk it out before we fucking throw hands. Like, they're not savages.
And I have some plot holes that I want to get into, but Max, take it from the top.
Start of the episode. We actually have it pick up where it kind of ended last episode, where it is Hajime looking at Saki going, oh my god, I love this girl. Thank you so much, shot? Mom and Dad.
Don't you love that shot? Like that the beginning of the episode, just like holier than anything you've ever seen before. Like that shot, you know?
Yeah. But
his fucking mom getting whaled.
He's, you know, he thanks his parents
of that shot.
He thanks his parents for giving birth to him, even though, like, up until now, it was always like, damn, why'd they do that? I'm an ugly fucking asshole, and they're assholes for making me fucking suffer. You know, I didn't ask for this. And now
Relatable.
with this red arrow and Saki, he's like, holy shit, I was born to meet this girl and feel these emotions, you know, which is like cool. His character's gotten his glow up already.
Well, he's got his reason for living, right? And the whole last
His
episode was
own
just
worth.
to build that. Yes, the episode is called Your Own Worth. This one makes a little bit, and I guess the last one had something to do with water or something. I don't know. Bad episode title though, but this one is definitely Hajime's realization of his
Redemption arc.
character, right?
Yeah.
It's the why you know, thematically and story wise everything happened to him the way that it did.
Mhm.
And he basically kind of becomes a good guy.
Yeah. He tells Mr. Pollman that he too had to go to the bathroom and he is a shy peer.
It
Like,
came down to
yo,
it.
Mr. Polyman, I'm about to shit my pants if you don't let me go. And I'm gonna take you off speaker because you don't want to hear this.
Yeah, he's like, it would be rude of me to have you hear this.
And Polyman knows what's up the whole time, right? Like he's like
talking like he made a Chipotle bowl out of Taco Bell ingredients. Like he's about to just
Don't make fun of the
wreck
Power Bowls, dude. They're pretty good. But
more of a burrito man myself, if I
yeah,
must say. I just want to consume the whole thing.
just want to get that out there. Lay the groundwork.
I just want to use this podcast. Quick side note: we'd like to talk about the Power Bowl from Chipotle, non-sponsored, but maybe.
Taco Bell, you fucking fool.
Chipotle, not sponsored yet.
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 Dun, 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 dun.
No. So he's like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Mr. Pollman's like, dude, this fucking dude sucks, you know? He's fed up with all of them. He's like, dude, nobody's watching, just go there. He's like, nah, dude, I'm shy. So Hajime actually takes off because he wanted to go meet this girl that has swept him off his feet.
Yeah, and we get even beyond that about it's not just Saki-chan, right? Like I feel like they do a good job of conveying why this makes sense for his character. They, you know, it's the feel he finds a reason to live, and
he's like the feeling.
And that's
he went into how he's never felt this feeling before, you know, and he thinks of her. His heart starts to race, and you know.
I gotta just mention there's a series anymore. Yeah, exactly, right? Like you wish they had like some licensed music. There's a series of events where they're showing the physical and chemical reactions of what like love does to the body. Yeah, so they're showing like neural synapses firing off, and then they just show like they show like the heart, and then they show like blood flowing, and I'm like, so where's that blood flowing to, my guy?
Where's that blood flow?
Where'd that blood go, though? and he takes off, right? He takes out he had an earpiece in, like a Bluetooth earpiece that has a Metropolitan logo on it, of course.
Branding, of course.
Branding, exactly. You got to get out there. You got to get out there. You got to be in front of the people.
Listen, the difference between a villain and a super villain is presentation, baby.
Yeah, exactly, right? And he's all about that presentation. But a lot of this episode was me kind of admiring how much thought he put into this, because last episode, I don't know, you guys remember, I was kind of hating. I was kind of being like, your plan is to put him in a cage and then shoot him, like,
yeah.
And we see that he's got like contingency layers to his plan, right? Like he's like, okay, Hajime,
like his hair, got layers.
Just like his hair. Because they're like onions. Layers.
It actually makes sense because, you know, much like this episode, it's all about love, and Shrek is love.
So
oh, no.
Max's eyes are closed, and he is rubbing them furiously. He's trying to get a migraine
Max
from
is
last
looking like Metropolitan in that last episode. Like,
I'm Metropolitan talking to Hajima for sure right now. Yeah, he goes over, he's like, yo, what up? I'll do anything for you. And she's like, yo, those people in that cage, like, I need you to let them out. Where we see him even go, but I'm Mr. Metropolitan's. And she's like, nah, man, those people are important to me. And he's like, holy shit. People can be important to other people. Like, it all makes sense now. Like, my world makes sense. I understand. Like, I must find
and we
somebody.
get that flashback. That very disturbing flashback, trigger warning, of course. If
of his mom literally getting the fucking shit kicked out of her. And it's like,
rough.
it's no like, hey, we're not going to show it. We're going to show like a doorway and you're going to hear noises and be like, yeah, she's getting beat. No, you can like, he's just chilling on the front porch and like behind him, you can see his mom getting beat by the dad. So he's never really felt or seen that wanting to care for somebody before. So this is all a new concept between the Red Arrow giving him that feeling and now him being able to see multiple accounts of holy shit, like we should care for humans, we should care for other people and care for human life.
If certain panels were ripped right from the manga, because there's a shot that they have of his parents in the background facing away from each other, and then they're very dark, and then it shows he's like a baby, right?
Yeah,
like
that was when
out.
he was like, thanks guys.
Thank you. I get it. There's a reason for all of this. Like this feeling, I get it now, right? And he carries that over, and basically he is 100% team Mirai, team good guy now. He's like, all right, that's it. He gets into a fight with Metropolitan over the phone, where Metropolitan's like, sit, dog, sit.
Yeah, he's because he decides he's gonna go fucking stab the hell out of the mirror thing and break him out, with the sword of
and he breaks
power.
it, and then just a fucking dust cloud of shit shoots in his face. But also,
all I'm saying is that there was a door. There's a fucking door that opens from the outside.
Open.
I think Metropolitan was the only one in control of opening that.
Okay. So that makes a lot more sense why he didn't just go right for it. But he breaks him out, right? Everybody's free.
Well,
good to
not
go.
at first. He stabs it. He stabs it. He's like, yo, Mr. Metropolitan was like, what the fuck, dude? Like, what are you doing? You're fumbling the bag here. And I thought you were my servant. And
you're literally shitting the bed right now.
Yeah. Hajima hits him with more like ex-servant. And he's like, I want to help this girl because she has helped me realize the meaning of life. And how could I listen to the words of a man who has zero regard for the human life, which is like, holy shit, dude. Like and I think that it taps into that, what you've been feeling as an audience member throughout this show is like the thoughts that you've been thinking. It's just like, you're like, yeah, man, I can get with you on that, And I think that Hajime's like turnaround as a character, it feels good to see hope in the show, right? And that's what we had. I wanted to touch on the last episode too. We've had a lot of feel good. Let's see how. Which only means somebody important is gonna fucking die.
Yeah, like this is about to get brutal. I was just thinking to myself, like, bro,
you have to remember this is the same show that we were watching earlier. This is the same show, right? So there's been a lot of feel good recently with people leveling up and getting their powers. There's been a lot of feel good with Hajime's turnaround to experience, the joy of life. Let's see where things go.
Yeah, which that's when Mr. Metropolitan's like, well, I'm gonna come and fuck you up now.
Yep.
And then we
I'm
get
not coming
a
alone.
flash.
I'm not coming alone.
Not coming alone. We get
with the squad, and you see these 3 other flying, kind of like dark entities with him, and you're trying to make sense of it in your head until you remember he was trying to figure out what to do with all those extra red arrows and white arrows. And we know from episode 1 that you can give them away. So Metropolitan doesn't roll solo no more. He rolls with the squad, dude.
He's got bossman fucking mentality.
It is actually super awesome because the design of these characters is leveled up, right? We were talking about a guy in a hood last episode. Like, that was something weird. And this episode, we got the true full anime. Max
we got
tried
fucking
to warn
super
us.
villains.
We got the super villains, dude. And it is awesome. It is a 4v4 standoff with a wife and a child.
Standoff. Because at the current moment when they show up, our boy Mirai and Patio Guy are still stuck in the mirror thing flying around. Still can't be seen. We get this squad of people that are like, yes, now we can finally meet boss, you know, let's go meet up with him. We got sexy bioengineer, bioterrorist nurse lady. We have
naturally.
Yes. We have scary looking masked, bald, glowing orange eye dude with machine guns and bazooka.
You know what he kind of looks like? He kind of looks like that guy from One Piece, the one with like the axe in his arm that like runs the prison. It's like one of the first episodes.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. The very first like boss of the One Piece series, right, where he breaks out Zoro. He's got the guy with the jaw.
Give me same vibe.
See, I was gonna say he kind of looks like fucking like Scion.
Yeah, from like Scion from League of Legends. Yeah, exactly. There's a few of those characters who have that style, but that's his style too. This is a more robotic, like cybernetic kind of character, right? But he's
heavy machine gun character more than cybernetic. It's just straight up 2 fucking goddamn anti-tank guns on his hips and a bazooka.
He's got a lot of weapons.
He got that thing on him.
Yeah.
And then along with them, we have the mysterious dude with just seems like a comedian's mask on, you know?
Yeah.
But it almost seems like a kid, you know, like a teenager.
It's definitely a kid body.
It's got the joggers, the white short sleeves tank top on, and then like the, you know, slicked back, like mob boss looking mask on, you know, just to cover that identity, who I immediately went to the person that Patio Guy got a picture of at the stadium.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
So it'll be interesting to see if it's that person, because it's not a god candidate. It's somebody that has received the red arrow and wings from. So it'll be interesting. If anybody's a god candidate, I'm calling it on this character right here, because it was hinted
like
that
god candidate. Yo, like he's playing the long game, Max. Are you talking about like this guy?
Maybe
he's like a double agent inside of Metropolitan's squad, and he got Metropolitan to give him an arrow and a red arrow, even though he already has one.
Yeah,
because I think it's more just like a team up, but like an unofficial, not like a real team up.
No, there's only one angel there. There's only one angel on that side.
Yeah, but
side of things, and it's
other angel could have been hidden.
That's
the angel is not required to be by them. Nope. We've seen the angels at the house while they were across town, you know, watching people get murked outside of a fucking supermarket.
It might just also be one of his
thinks of it though is that at least under what we're supposed to know right now, Metropolitan has given all these people their powers. We don't know what their individual motives are.
I don't know. I'm going for one of them famous dings that only Joey gets.
Good luck.
So leave it in the comment below. I think I'm like 0-15 on guesses, but
it's pretty out there. Let's continue on, right? So I think there's a little thing that I want to bring up. So Metropolitan, we get into our 4v4 standoff, right? And he kind of has to be convinced to even stay at that point, right? Once the odds are even, it's up to Ass Wings to kind of make him interested to even stay.
You keep on skipping past like important shit.
Okay.
Yes, it gets even, but at this point, it is still 2v4. That's when our wonderful newly deemed Hajima was like, hey, it's 2v4. He went to go stand in front of Saki because they're like, we'll just have to kill this girl and stuff. Metropolitan's like, I'm gonna fuck you up because she fucked all of his plans up and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And that is when Mirai notices from within the mirror dome that Hajima got his sword through.
Right. You're right.
And so that is when they finally, after multiple days, stop moving. Patio guy pulls out his handguns. He shoots it, cracks it up enough. They break through. Sword fucking flies right into Hajima's fucking action stance fucking hands. He's like, let's do this,
All of a sudden, this is the point where everyone just shuts up because it's about to hit 10, right? Like it's just it's like from here on, shit's going down. But right before that, we did a little build up in which Metropolitan allows the people he kidnapped as bait go home. The wife and the daughter.
I think so. Like I was thinking about this the whole time. I was like, this is so not like him, right?
I
Like
know.
because he's like giving up an advantage essentially, right?
Yeah.
But I think in my brain, the way this works out is that he let them go because if he tried to fight them right off the bat, two god candidates might just disappear. So they would fly away and then not come back.
Mm-hmm.
But if you let them leave and then come back, they actually stand a chance of them staying because those guys are less likely to abandon their friends than they are to just all four of them scatter and then not be seen.
Yes.
Yeah, right. They could all just dip off.
Yeah, because that's the whole time I was thinking. I'm like, bro, every single one of you can travel faster than the eye can see, so you can go any direction and you'll be gone by the time they could react.
Mm-hmm.
So that was driving me nuts.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack there. So the mother and the daughter out of the equation, basically. That's the main point of this, is that it is now Metropolitan, and it appears that he gets goaded into staying. I'm not sure how much he's thought ahead. He seems to be able to see the future sometimes, so I don't want to say anything just knowing that like he's gonna be like, well, haha, I thought of that.
Is he really
you know?
is he really that smart, or our protagonist just dumb? Because it seems like they're just kind of dumb.
Well, I think this guy's just a fucking evil maniac. You got to think he is the student at his prestige institution because his parents are worldwide weapons makers legally. Like
Yeah.
So like he's kind of like one of them people where he has like always been a top tier part in addition to like the society and everything, where the rest of our people are like, man, my parents were murdered for insurance money, like
but it begs the question, at what point did Metropolitan go, nah, I'm gonna off myself? Because
when his sister fucking died.
When his sister died, but then who froze her?
She passed away, and then he froze her.
Oh, and they
because she passed away. He went, well, fuck it, might as well go meet her up there, and then that's when I'm
like,
sure
hold on, you could be a god, and he's like, wait, my sister will never die if I'm a god, but
yeah,
he doesn't care about anybody else, just
only himself and his sister.
And his sister, apparently. That's where he draws the line. Every man has a line, right, Joe?
Damn straight. Every man. Still Spider-Man.
So we got Lockjaw McGee. We got Sexy Nurse Toxic Lady. She literally has like a biohazard thing on her mask.
All the hot ones are toxic.
Fair.
Yeah, she is definitely the fan service of the episode. As soon as I saw her flying, I was like, "Oh, hello. We haven't experienced this anime trope quite yet, but here we are."
Yeah. We get Saki to bring back everybody to the mom, and that's when the mom was like, "What are you fighting for? Like, what the fuck are you guys fighting?" And she's like, well, that dude is evil and wants to rule it by dictatorship. Your husband wants to fucking fight for a future for you and his family and his children's futures and everything. And then that's when she hits her with well, what are you guys fighting for? And she's like, well, God's trying to punish me.
Saki's way deep. She's like, I believe that I'm atoning for my sins.
Yeah, she gets real with it, you know.
She gets real with it. And
that's when it's like, all right, we're going to fucking throw hands. No more distractions. We get a nice little trifecta where they all shoot each other. Mirai shoots Saki with the red arrow.
No,
Saki shoots...
no, you're right.
Saki shoots Patio Guy with the red arrow, and Patio Guy shoots Mirai with the red arrow. That way, they can make it to where within that fight, their only true who they have to look out for is Metropolitan with the white arrow. So they can't be affected
by the red
They
arrows.
are all, which this was all Asswing's plans. He had Mirai be told about it and filled in by Saki when she got back from returning the mom. So they are playing to kill too, you know, where it's like, hey, like it's time, you know. We gotta fucking kill these people.
And it's go time. It is 4v4. And I thought at first they would just kind of like clash, but Metropolitan stands back. He's like, no, you gotta deal with these guys to even try to get to me. And Patio Man hits him back with like, oh yeah, well, you'll probably just like run away. Right?
Yeah.
And we get a shot of
fucking straight roasting him.
I will not run away.
It's personal.
Oh yeah. And there's another thing I want to touch on about Metropolitan too, is that when he gets the opportunity to push his advantage, it's always against Mirai.
Yeah. Because he knows he's the weakest link and also the strongest link because of the white arrow.
I think it's that he's scared of Mirai.
He's the only true enemy.
Yeah. He's the only real threat.
He's the only one that can actually kill him, right? And that's what he said too. So Metropolitan also has updated his armor. We get a little thought aside of him, and he's like, you can't stab me no more. You can't shoot me no more. There's only one thing that can put me out. It's a white arrow, and this coward won't use it.
Which is true. Well, not necessarily, because Mirai did fire it. He did fire it this last episode.
Yeah, but he fired it to miss on purpose.
Yeah.
He still fired it. That motherfucker had a panic attack thinking about shooting a red arrow
about it.
When fucking Saki was having a white arrow pointed at her fucking nose. You know, like that man has come a long way, which is dope because it was worrisome that he was just going to be like the people die if they are killed type character, you know?
Seriously.
Wait a second.
Wait a second.
Metropolitan said that no one makes me bleed my own blood.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
So we get the Triforce of love. Everybody loves each other, but it also acts as it's the defense basically against the other people who have red arrows, because now kind of be double shot. We've been shot by each other. So
and kind of like to their own resolve with they're just normal people.
Yeah.
Who are like in this situation. All these people that they're about to square off, sexy fucking bio nurse, crazy mass dude, and then Bobby Lee looking just normal looking dude who could be a god candidate in my opinion. They're killers. Like they're straight murderers. Like that bitch fucking gets off on killing people. The one dude was like, I love shooting at people. You know?
Let me shoot at people.
So it's like they're also their resolve that like, hey, we might have to fucking kill these people like in order to save the world, you know?
Yeah, and I think that as time goes on, that's kind of just the whole idea of the show is just like the stakes just raise higher and higher and higher. And we get
also in that idea, right? If the stakes keep getting raised higher, where did they go after like biochemical warfare?
That's why I think he's a fucking god candidate.
what is the next tier up from like hundreds of thousands, like hundreds of millions of people getting murdered by
They have a way
freaking,
of leaving you with like a, I don't know, like, you know, like whoa.
like what is the dude in a tank top gonna do that this nurse isn't about? Like, so like I really want to know what his shtick
Okay,
is.
yeah. So we gotta
That's
speed
why I
this up.
think
There's an action scene.
There's something about him.
There's an
Did
action
he
scene.
looked like that picture? I'm gonna go back like in the tension and fucking like look for that. So in the next episode, I will confirm on whether or not I still believe whether or not I think that picture that patio guy was.
So
but that's
He's
what
also the only one wearing a full mask, so he's hiding his identity.
Can you even see out of that thing?
Yeah, dude, it's weird fucking things to nitpick, man.
I'm just saying, it's not like there's a visor.
You watch Star Wars and the fucking stormtroopers are fucking shooting away from the Jedi, and it's like you got to think they can't see, but yet they can fly ships and stuff. Get the fuck out of here.
He's the only one who looks like he has a rock on his helmet. His helmet is a rock.
And those stormtroopers had the Force working against them. Okay.
Yeah. They were probably accurate 99.9% of the time, but of course, when dealing with Jedi, I want to move on. I want to get to this. There's an action scene that happens. At first, I think that they're going to do it tournament art style, where they send out one at a time,
which is 100% what they were doing.
Because except for the fact that
as soon as Metropolitan
can join up, except for not all the villains can join up together, because the villains just leave this dude out to dry. He shows up, he's like, "I'm Hitman, I'm Hipfire guy, I got big ass guns," and then he shoots him, and then they're like, "Okay, JK, we're gonna actually take you down to the ground and cut your arm off."
Yeah. So he's all hyped up. He's like, "I have anti-tank things that like I'm more powerful than a fucking Apache helicopter because I can hold two." They're like, "Dude, it's slow motion for us. Like wings move faster than bullets."
Yeah, Hajime and that's where going in, dude. It's pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet.
He's fucking talking in slow motion, like you.
We figure out why he has the katana because it's just 1v1 at the start. It's just Lockjaw Man versus Hajime. And Hajime is just like, "All right, I'm entering badass mode now because it's actually
must protect lady friend."
Yes, it's interesting.
And stop Metropolitan.
Mm-hmm. We can get into that a little bit too about Hajime and where we think his mind's really at this whole time, because there's a lot of character development and stuff like that. But as we see the red arrow starts to kind of fade a little bit, or it's almost at the end of its lifespan when they start this whole fight, because there's time passed back and forth. They're waiting for them to taxi back the mom and the daughter.
It lasts a few days. It lasts like 30 days, I thought.
Yeah. Hondo P. Unless like his initial. Yeah, it was like 30 days that the red arrow asked, bro. Cause it's like,
oh wait, no, the red arrow lasts 30 days. I thought you were talking about they were standing there in the sky for 30 days. I was like, that's like a whole arc of Bleach.
So, it's pretty dope. They're flying. Hajime is being a badass. He's fighting this dude with the sword and everything. He's like fucking, kind of flying around him. That's when, thanks to Ass Wings, the god or the angel of emotion, he came up with a plan where since they can move relatively at the same speed, if Mirai and Saki grab his wings with theirs, they can start bringing him towards the dude to stop him from dodging the strikes from what's his name.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when we get a dope slashing scene.
Yeah,
where
they mess him up. The dude loses his arm, and they basically. I love the way that they like chop off his arm, and then the dude is like, oh god, which in a little way I just gotta say was totally underacted. The dude's reaction was like, "Oh,
what do you mean,
arm.
Dude? It's the adrenaline of losing your arm, man."
You know what I'm talking about.
I love how the nurse had the biggest reaction there, where she's just like fucking cackling.
Oh yeah, she's just laughing, right? Just
straight laughing at him because they're like, "Hey, listen, if you act quick enough, your life can be saved.
Your arm can be saved. Mostly your arm."
You just
because
need a doctor. Meanwhile,
just
the
need to
doctor
go
is sitting there laughing her ass off.
yeah. Well, that's when
the
his
hand.
fucking loyalty to the Red Arrow gives up and he flees the scene, and that's when the doctor is like, ha ha ha, what a weakling. Ha 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 ha.
Metropolitan has killed all the doctors.
Yeah, for real. And that's when what's his name? That's when Metropolitan was like, all right, crazy bio lady, now it's your time to shine. And she's like, about time, and she takes off her shirt.
Yeah, no, the first thing she does, she flashes everybody just to get you all hot and bothered before she shows you the world's deadliest virus that has ever been created, that she's been cultivating forever. That she's
It's a tube full of autoimmune disease.
Yeah, that she's threatened to unleash upon all humanity, causing a mass pandemic that will just make everybody go or you could just let me melt your skin off with this other thing. And that's the dilemmas
given to our tough call.
Yeah, right. Like that's the dilemma given to our characters at the end of the episode. Okay, so real quick, I have this thing. I can kill everybody that's ever existed on the planet Earth, or you just let me kill you by melting you with like a injection. And everyone's like, I guess we'll just get melted now. It seems weird to me that, like, why wasn't that brought up earlier? Like,
why wouldn't we lead with that?
Why didn't they lead with that?
They didn't lead with it because it was clear that dude was the weakest link. I mean, they're going up against God candidates.
He did kind of just jump
guns.
the gun. The reason he started, he's like, I can't wait anymore.
Yeah, and that's why they kind of laughed at him too. Like, it's clear that he was just a fucking powerhouse that they decided to throw out there. Yeah. That's when Bio Lady was like, all right, here's one for you. I have something that'll fucking cause your body to melt just by being in the same fucking mile radius of it, you know?
No, she said, this is an airborne virus that will kill everybody you've ever known. And then in my other pocket, I have something that'll make you melt. Which one do you want? Left or right? You choose. And everyone's like, oh, well, fuck.
Well, yeah, that was it. So now it's like, okay, I'll kill millions of people right now. It'll literally be considered the largest bioterrorism event in the history if I break
it's
this.
Making me come.
Yeah, I'm getting so turned on, and your care for not wanting people to die has also turned me on. So now let me melt you with my new drug. And that's when it's like, okay, yeah.
And Metropolitan's like, oh yeah, by the way, I want you're gonna go over to that Ferris wheel, and Mirai, you're gonna go first because I want to melt the fuck out of you. And that's what we're left with at the end of the episode, is just staring like, wow, that was
well, that's it. He's like, go over there, put your things away, and let her inject you with this, because if you all four die, I will not have to kill any more innocent people, only God candidates, you know, because you are the only four that are fighting against me.
Just makes you think why he didn't pull that one out earlier.
Yeah, where it's just that they're like, well, you could be lying. He's like, nah, dude, I ain't lying. He's like, you four, which clearly he's lying. I mean, come on. But that's when Mirai is now going through the internal struggle of, oh, fuck, if we all four die, millions will be alive, and then we can save humanity from getting melty skin virus.
It's just a super flawed way to think about it, because one of two things is going to happen. Either they're going to die, and then this crazy ass nurse lady is still flying around threatening to drop this fucking nuclear biohazard weapon.
Yeah.
Or option B, they all die, and then he becomes the God candidate, and then the new God is a sociopath who wants to release it's really no option.
He would release a giant plague, but you know what? That's pretty on brand for God. Releasing a giant plague to kill everybody.
Okay, wait. Yeah,
I mean,
holes, huh?
Telling him to go get melted is also very God. I mean, like, let's be real. Like,
okay. I'm just saying,
bro,
you had him in a cage.
Bro, what if Christianity is just post him becoming God?
and it just restarts, and it's just like, haha, this was a prequel to existence. Get ready.
God shows up on the last episode IRL. He's pissed, and he's back.
It's the Bible too.
Bible 2.
Even finalier.
Judgment Day.
Judgment Day.
Oh man. But yeah, we get left with that conundrum with Mirai where it's, hey, get melted or fucking save people, or don't get melted. And
I do want to touch on a little bit of this show because it happened like it plays back and forth with religion as we know it, as far as like symbolism and stuff. You have they live in a church. She's like atoning for her sins, but then there's also samurai sword wing stuff, people flying around and doing all sorts of stuff. So it plays with it how it wants to. It's not like sticking to the rules of like Christianity. You don't have to like know everything about Christianity to enjoy this show. We're just making fun at it.
Yeah.
Anyways,
we here like to make fun of Christianity and Nerds Declassified. Fuck you, Jesus.
Wow.
Anyway, so yeah, I'm really excited to see how
what do we think
next week turns out, because
I think
Mirai's gonna fucking fight back or some shit.
There's gonna be something we haven't thought of yet to get out of it. All right, boys. I think they left us with a nice little cliffhanger. Let's head over to our favorite part of the
top
podcast,
fucking comment,
which is our favorite comments. And I just want to jump in with Steelers 92. Is that one kid wearing a Donald Trump mask? Lol. No, I don't think it's a Donald Trump mask. It's like a green something.
No, dude, it's the Bobby Lee mask. But nah, dude, Levy Nielsen. This JoJo character felt more emotion in 2 minutes than I have in 2 years.
Me too, buddy. Me too.
Saki uses tail whip. It's ultra effective. Critical hit.
Yeah, I think that out of all the
that one got
so
me.
Far. Oh yeah, because at first you don't know, she's really trying to reel him in. And the thing that finally gets him, the thing that finally makes him abandon all other things he's ever done, was she hides behind the tower, but leaves the ass and tail, and then like flips the tail.
She turns around. She's like, "Yo, you guys think that worked?" And he's like, "Booty."
Yeah, and then he abandons everything he's ever known from that point on. It even shows though to go to his angel, the angel of intuition, that the angel was already palling around with the other angels. So the angel of intuition was on top of it.
Yeah. Dude, I'll tell you what, fucking great episode. Dope shit. We got to see some cool combat. We got to see some fucking tomfoolery.
My favorite part of that whole episode when Asswings is like, when they're talking to him, and he's like, "Wow, I can't believe you came up with such a good idea." And then she's like, and he's like, I'm still the god of he was like, I was the angel of trickery, and now I'm smart. So like
now I know how the humans feel.
And now I know things.
Yeah.
Anyways, that is our episode for number 11, Your Own Worth. Things are ramping up in the Platinum End world. Just want to remind you guys that we are on Twitter, and Max will find that Twitter handle for you real quick. You can also email us at nerdsdeclassified@gmail.com. And we're streaming on Twitch.
Nerds Declassified Survival Guide on Twitter. Nerds Declassified Survival Guide.
All right, wonderful. We'll post everything down there for you guys. Like I said, we're on Twitch all the time. Please come
at Nerd
hang
Survival G is our
Survival
handle on Twitter now that I've actually gotten it.
Thanks. And that's it from us, guys.
Proud of you.
Thanks for hanging out. And I just want to say, I'm a little disappointed there wasn't a shit tornado.
I'm not. I'm disappointed in you for making that fucking joke.
But I'm glad that they brought piss and shit into the episode. It's a story beat, because it just didn't make sense how multiple days they had gone without food and water and peeing. Anyway,
That's literally any anime ever, dog. You're getting hung up on the little things.
oh,
Listen,
that's
we'll
another thing. Yeah.
All I know is that they gave this guy 2 options. You can either release this deadly virus, or you can take the COVID vaccine. The choice is yours.
Mm-hmm.
It'll melt your skin instantly. It's honestly just a little baffling that like how long has Metropolitan had that in his back pocket? Is this like how are they gonna get bigger than that?
It's a fucking god candidate. That's why.
But like,
But how is that bigger than mass bioterrorism? Like, what
because
is a
it's
bigger
a
threat than
fucking
that?
god. It's a candidate for God who could go, you know what? No life lost from that.
Oh, you're saying that like once he becomes God, he can undo it. I know what I'm trying to say. I'm saying based on the stakes of the show. If you were writing the show, right, and you introduced a character who literally threatens to just create a giant bioterrorist event that kills most of humanity, how do you make the rest of the show have higher stakes than that?
Because you're possibly going to have a character who
could
if
be
successful, will become God, who can go, that didn't happen.
Or that
okay,
did happen.
but in theory, all he has to do is drop that item and then he becomes that, right? So like it's not, you can't increase the threat level from there.
Because you can, because he can go, that didn't happen.
Yeah, but he has to get to that point first. Like there's a big disconnect.
Is somebody becomes
Just
God.
mark my words. He's gonna fucking stop it when she goes to do it. When he fucking doesn't choose to get melted, that guy's gonna fucking twist.
Well, what do you guys think about if they? What if they don't get melted and they're just like, drop it. We don't care, because if one of us becomes God, we can just undo all that shit.
What?
Think about it. You're Mirai, or you're on Mirai's side of things, right? And you have an option. You either go with this random scary lady to the Ferris wheel and she injects you with some unknown chemical substance, or she kills all of I'm not going to say all of humanity.
She's not going to do it. She's not going to accomplish it.
She's not
because
do it.
God candidate fucking goddamn boy is going to save the day.
Oh, you think he's going to be the secret hero?
Watch.
Like he'll have stolen it from her?
Because exactly, how do you fucking get more dangerous than person who's threatening to fucking bioterrorize the fucking
bro? Have you not been listening to the question that we've been asking for the last 10 minutes?
No, I'm just fucking hung up on why you guys think that
we're asking.
That's the worst.
Yeah, if that happens, that's terrible.
You know what they're gonna do? Dies. They're just gonna Star Wars it, right? You know what's scarier than a big ship that can blow up one planet? A big ship that can blow up like 5 planets.
Yeah,
so it's gonna be like 8 viruses.
God.
Yeah. Okay, I'd say, but
you know what they're gonna do?
It has nothing to do with what we're
They're
gonna
lock you in a room and make you listen to a podcast of nothing but bad shit jokes.
And that's Nerds Declassified. We'll see you next time.
I do think that it would be interesting. Goodbye.